Hi everybody, and welcome to The Courageous Chick. I'm Shakia Mayer, and in this video we're going to talk about how to overcome imposter syndrome. In my last video I told you what imposter syndrome was, and I gave you a few examples. I talked about why it was so important to overcome imposter syndrome, and so that's what we're going to focus on in this video. How to move beyond imposter syndrome, how to stop feeling like a fraud, especially when you're not. Now, if you are a fraud, that's a different story. But I know if you're watching this video, you're not a fraud, right? And you're not inadequate and you're not incompetent. Here's the thing. Imposter syndrome can impact your success and your courage and your confidence, and it can cause you to miss out on new opportunities, which goes back to missing out or impacting your success. It can negatively impact your success. So it's something we definitely want to conquer. We definitely want to get over it. Why? Because we are courageous chicks and we want to boldly manifest the lives that we deserve. We want to make an impact not only in our lives, but in the lives of people around us and our communities and our organizations. And we can't do that if we have imposter syndrome in our ear and in our minds telling us that we can't do something and that we're a fraud and that we are not worthy and that we're not deserving and this, that, and this and that. You can't ever reach the level of success that you want to reach if you constantly hear those whispers, those thoughts, and you give in to them. So the first way to move beyond imposter syndrome is to talk about it. So many of us suffer in different ways in silence. We suffer from so many different types of issues in silence, and we're too afraid to talk about it, but you have to. That's how you confront something. You're going to acknowledge it. You're going to talk about it with a close friend. So somebody who you trust, somebody who you feel safe with and comfortable around and talking about this too. And so that can be a close friend, that can be a mentor, that can be a coach. I have the Courageous Chick Change Maker Circle. And so this is for high achieving women. This is for ambitious women who know that their lives can be so much greater and so much more fulfilling than what it is now. And you want to boldly manifest the lives that you want. Well, the Courageous Chick Change Maker Circle might be something, I'm sure it is, something that is of interest to you. So you can talk about it to a friend, a mentor, or a coach. That's step one. Talk about it. Or strategy one, talk about it. The second thing or second way to overcome imposter syndrome is to look at the facts of the situation. If you have these thoughts telling you that you are a fraud, that you did something wrong, that your boss is never going to, or your boss is going to take away the promotion they just gave you, or you're never going to get the promotion because you don't know as much as everybody else, you maybe didn't go to a top ranked school and everybody else did. All these different things come up. Look at the facts of the situation. Have you been doing your job? Or maybe you want to start you want to take your business to the next level. Well, what have you been doing well? What's been working for you? What strategies and systems do you have in place? Look at the facts of the situation. Don't go purely off of emotion. So again, number one is to talk about it. Number two is to look at the facts of the situation. The third way to overcome imposter syndrome is to look at your achievements. Look at your successes. Look at the things that you are doing well. So we're going to look at the positive of this situation instead of only looking at ways that you are a fraud or only looking at ways that you're incompetent, because you're not. Now, again, if you are a fraud, if you really don't know anything about a particular area, then of course, imposter syndrome might be real, right? So in that case, then maybe you really are a fraud. But if you know your stuff, if you've already been, recognized for doing something wonderful, if it's already been proven that this is your area, this is your zone of genius, then you're not a fraud. So look at your achievements. Look at the positive side to the situation. All of your successes, all of your achievements, all of your wins. Again, the first thing is to talk about it. When you talk about it, this helps to it helps to get it out, and it also helps to normalize it. The second thing is the second way to move past imposter syndrome is to look at the facts. Don't just go based off of emotion, because your thoughts will impact how you feel. And if you keep going, it'll just go. And you'll like go down this place that you don't even want to be at. So you want to look at the facts of the situation. And the third way to move past imposter syndrome is to look at the positive. Like, look at the positive. It's okay for you to be proud of your achievements. It doesn't mean you're not humble. It doesn't mean that you're bragging, but sometimes you have to remind yourself that you're not a fraud and that you are in fact dope. So look at the positive. The fourth way to move past imposter syndrome is to come up with a different narrative. Change the narrative. The things that you're telling yourself, how can you change them? You know, Les Brown, I was listening to one of his talks on YouTube, and he was saying sometimes you have to tell yourself to shut up. And so while we definitely want to be mindful of how we talk to ourselves, sometimes we do need to tell ourselves, okay, self, shut up now, because you're doing too much. You're doing too much and you're getting in the way of my success. And I don't have time to be listening to all these doubts and worries and fears and limiting beliefs. I don't have time for it. So because I don't have time for it and I know this is not true, shut up, self. And so sometimes you do have to change the script. And when you change the script, you got to tell yourself, listen, be quiet. So change the script. Change the things you are telling yourself. The fifth way to overcome imposter syndrome is to visualize success. Oftentimes we visualize each and every way something can go wrong. We can see it. Oh, this is gonna go so unbelievably wrong. So wrong. I'm gonna get up there, give this presentation. I'm gonna forget my words. I'm not gonna have my note cards, or I'm gonna have them in my hand and they're gonna fall out. The PowerPoint presentation is gonna stop working. Everybody's gonna laugh at me. Everybody's gonna think I'm stupid. You literally create a scene in your mind of all the ways you're gonna fail. So we want to do the opposite. We want to create a scene where all of the ways that we're gonna win, all of the ways we're gonna be successful. So visualize success. Visualize yourself asking for that promotion and getting it. Visualize yourself talking to a crowd of people and they're connecting with what it is you're saying. Visualize yourself growing your nonprofit. Visualize yourself leading your team to victory. Visualize yourself as a leader, as a courageous change maker. Visualize yourself as somebody with confidence. Visualize success. Don't just look at the negative. Don't just visualize and see yourself as a failure, because that's going to give in to imposter syndrome. That's going to keep feeding it, but we don't want to feed it. We want to starve it. We want that thing to go someplace and not come back. And so these are ways, and these are 5 ways. Again, there definitely are some more that I could add to the list, but these are 5 things that I feel you can start to do now. It doesn't take that much, I don't want to say effort, because it definitely takes effort and it takes time for you to make it your normal. It takes time for it to become second nature, but it's not something where it's like this grand gesture. It's not something that's huge and it's like, oh my God, I gotta go out and buy this in order to overcome imposter syndrome. No, these are simple ways that take effort and take time, but simple strategies for you to use so that you can in fact overcome imposter syndrome. Because again, you're not a fraud, you're not an imposter, you are courageous and you are confident and you are a change maker. You are a courageous chick. And so I want you to boldly manifest the life that you deserve. And one way to do that is to ignore and, as I said before, silence imposter syndrome. Silence those thoughts that lead to imposter syndrome. You don't need that. It's not helpful for you. You have so many things that you want to accomplish in life, so many people that you want to help, and you can't do that if you give into those thoughts. So don't. Okay, I hope you enjoyed these tips. I gave you 5 tips or 5 ways for you to overcome, for you to move beyond imposter syndrome into a life of success and courage. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if anything resonated with you. Let me know in the comments if anything stuck out or something that you would like to add to the list. Also, as I said before, if you are interested in diving a little deeper, interested in working on your mindset so that you can have the courage and the confidence that you need to be a great leader, to be a great organizer, to be a great influencer, to be a great person, then definitely check out the Courageous Chick Changemaker Circle. I will leave the link below. So make sure you check it out. Let me know, as I said before, if anything resonated with you. Let's start a dialogue. Let's have a conversation. As always, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will talk to you all real soon. Have a courageous day. Bye.